Digital economy, communication, technology, community, net, social media. VMC, the Vascellari media channel.
I have one last question, which is a bit longer than the others. It comes from David Orban. Do you know the guy?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so he wrote a question on my blog and he asked me to ask you. Okay, I have to read this because it's quite long. But how are you pushing the web world for open data practices?
Yeah.
So with social networks and especially Facebook becoming more and more popular, it is crucial for people to realize that what they give to these networks and what they daily enjoy in return in their interaction with others and the connection that are developed is not granted.
Yeah.
Okay?
Well, certainly we saw that with my problems with Facebook. I was kicked off Facebook for a day because I tried to use a tool from Plaxo
I read that.
to grab email addresses and put them in Outlook. Well, Facebook is a wall, we call it a walled garden. In other words, the data can come into my garden, but it can't go out.
Yeah, in fact, it's a Facebook.
Yeah.
Facebook is a closed system. What goes in doesn't come out.
Yeah.
So this should
That's changing.
Which should not be so.
That's changing.
Why?
Just last week, they announced video.
David, listen to this.
They announced embeddable video.
Yeah.
So now I can put my video on my blog.
Okay.
And also you're
Oh,
seeing...
all right. So that's a good sign because I was going crazy and at the beginning I couldn't get nothing out of it.
Yeah. It's starting to open up. So you're seeing Facebook start to open up the walled garden. They're still pretty protective, right?
Pretty protective.
But they want... there's business reasons to do that too. You know, by keeping out the spiders, keeping out Google, now they have unique value that they can search and they can go to Microsoft and sell.
So if there's something you'd like to say to David, what would it be to, a short summary to this question?
Support things that are open.
Wow.
One reason I'm on FriendFeed more than Facebook lately is because FriendFeed deals with the open web more. Upcoming.org goes into FriendFeed. It doesn't go into Facebook. There is an add-on.
How much FriendFeed replace your RSS feeds?
70%.
70%.
I'm still in Google Reader, but more and more of my daily reading is done in FriendFeed. It's amazing how fast it is. I mean, things show up in FriendFeed before they show up in Google Reader.
Man, this is a pro. Every time I talk with you, this becomes more and more interesting. So we could talk for hours here, but we can't make this too long.
But in terms of the openness, I mean, I follow Mark Cantor's blog. He's really been pushing on the openness. He had a panel here with MySpace and Facebook, and obviously he's a competitor to those. So he wants an open web. It's going to take time, and going to China really changed my mind on this.
Okay.
The real walled garden isn't Facebook; it's China.
Oh.
And the threat to the web is going to come from China because what China does is they lower their firewall enough.
So do you think this is going to explode?
It's already exploding. Over there, the billion people market, I mean, it's crazy. But they lower the firewall so that Facebook and Twitter and FriendFeed come in, right? I use FriendFeed and Twitter over in China, no problems.
At all.
At all. They lower it. The engineers there clone it. There's 4 clones of Facebook already.
Are you kidding me?
Then they raise the firewall back up, and now they have a market all to themselves with a Chinese Facebook.
Scary,
That's
man.
the new walled garden, and you can't...
Scary,
well, and now you
Are
can't...
you serious? 4?
4.
How many? What about community users?
The number one has more value than Facebook has more users, has more advertisers, has more revenue, and has a bigger market cap.
Are you thinking what I'm thinking? I mean,
well,
this is going to be
the cloning is easier, right?